You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we've got some interesting things to discuss. Like, why aren't my lights on? Because I forgot to turn them on. But more important than that, we've got to talk about Dragon Age Veilguard. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, the early reviews for the game have dropped. However, along with those early reviews, has dropped a ginormous ball of flaming controversy. That's right. Something that I've been talking about for about a decade now is finally coming to fruition, and people are finally speaking out about it, and it's about dang time. So, we're going to fully discuss this on today's podcast, but in addition, are you aware that last night we pulled the plug on WWE Champions? Oh! I feel like Kevin McAllister right now. We'll talk about that as well, because this means the schedule will be updating, probably for the better, and more. So, stick around for a very interesting, controversial, but very important episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, everyone. So good morning. Oh, it magically turned on. Oh, made you look at the wrong time. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today is Monday, the 28th of October, 2024. And this should be a great podcast. I hope that you guys are ready to talk about some important issues in the gaming industry today, because every once in a while, I got to tackle them, right? And today I feel like it's a great time to do it, because all of the gaming industry is abuzz about Dragon Age Veilguard because of the early reviews. So we're going to do it. I'm excited. But I hope you're doing well. Beginning of a new week now, and we're finishing October, right? The Halloween festivities continue and are coming to a big culmination this Thursday with my Halloween marathon, where I'll be dressed up in costume. I'll be eating food. I'll be playing a variety of horror-themed games that you guys nominated. I'll be drinking booze. And I'll be doing all kinds of fun stuff. Yes, I have this on the floor next to me because I realized I'm not going to be drinking this until Thursday. Why bring it up and downstairs constantly? I'll just leave it in the office, right? So, good stuff coming up this coming Thursday. I hope you'll be here, whether you're on DSPGaming on YouTube, whether you're on DSPGaming Reel on Kick, or you're going to watch it on demand. I certainly hope that you will be here to enjoy. And good morning to everyone here. I see some regulars coming into the chat. What's up, Tate? What's up, Game Boy? How are you guys? Welcome, welcome. And have a seat, because today we got some serious stuff to discuss. Okay, first of all, I do want to talk about yesterday, because yesterday I played quite a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I want to share my experiences with you guys. And in addition, by the way, just so everyone knows on Kick, this is not a real account, so I'm banning it now. I'm getting rid of it because it's not the real person. Okay, so yesterday, I played a lot of Call of Duty, and I formulated some more opinions around the game based on what I've played. But last night, we had a big change of attitude and determination around WWE Champions. And you know what? I'm happy we did, because I would rather people be honest and rather we get to a better situation so we can do stuff people want, rather than have things linger for all the wrong reasons. So we're going to talk about that today. I think it's going to be an interesting discussion. You guys might be surprised and shocked at the determination we came to. But the meat of today, we'll be talking about Dragon Age Veilguard and its early reviews and what everyone is saying about the game, because basically it's the biggest, how can I say, you know what? It's called Veilguard, and you know what? That's exactly what the game is. It's like EA and the mainstream gaming media are trying to guard the veil that they have over the gaming community. For the longest time, these giant major publishers and mainstream gaming media have tried to tell you what's good and what's not, what to buy and what to skip, because they want their numbers to be good for them, right? And even though, let's be honest here, even though there's a lot of people out there that are very honest and give you the truth about gaming, to this day, a lot of people still wait and essentially want to see mainstream gaming reviews before they'll buy a game. And it blows my mind, because I've been talking about for 10 years how mainstream gaming media has an agenda. And it doesn't matter whether or not it's actually in a contract written saying, if you say game is good or bad, this will happen. It just happens anyway. Today we're going to discuss the shit show around Dragon Age Veilguard. They want to protect the veil of bullshit that they have up over the gaming community, and now people are finally speaking out against it. So today will be a very interesting podcast, to say the least. Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's cover the other topics first, right? By the way, one other thing. This week, we will have a major discussion regarding long-form reacting that is coming to my DSP Reacts channel. In fact, I want to give a shout-out. OP Boone made a giant post about his ideas of what to do for long-form reacting on that channel. I want to get to it, and I even have it, like, ready to go. And I totally was going to do this today, and then this entire Veilguard issue hit, and I was like, oh, okay, I think this is more important to talk about than, you know, the long form reacting, which can kind of wait. So we'll get to that eventually. I promise you all, because I know some people are like, well, that he was going to talk about it today, and we're kind of shifting tone a little bit here, right? All right. Let's go ahead and let's do, I got a shout out to do. Let's talk a little bit about this. Let's talk about how yesterday went. Let's talk about champions. Let's talk about the schedule. Let's get all that covered and out of the way, the housekeeping stuff. And then we can move on to the Veilguard story, okay? Okay, so, Game Ticker, our first contribution of the day, a €2 super chat. What was your longest nonstop gaming session ever? Ever in history. Nonstop gaming. That's an interesting question. Let me put it this way. It depends on what you consider a nonstop gaming session. Because if you mean streaming, like being right here on stream and playing games, it likely would have been one of my marathons. And, you know, typically my marathons have always started between 10 and 11 a.m. and they run till like 8 p.m., sometimes as late as 9 p.m., depending. So, you know, you're talking upwards of sometimes 10 or 11 hours straight with maybe a minimal break there to grab food or whatever. If you're talking actual hardcore gaming the entire time, I don't know if I've ever done that, like nonstop without taking a break. And if you're talking about just in general, gaming in general, that actually would have been way back when in my Street Fighter days, because back in the day, I used to attend in-person fighting game tournaments. And some of those tournaments, no exaggeration, you would have to be at the arcade, because they were held in video arcades, not at events or convention centers, but actual arcades with stand-up cabinets. You would have to be in the arcade by like 11 a.m., maybe noonish. And those tournaments would run into the wee hours of the morning to try to get them done. There was one tournament that went overnight. It went like I'm not even kidding. You started playing like 11 a.m. noon, and then it went to like 6, 7 a.m. of the next day. So it basically went almost 24 hours, never stopping, didn't close. Pretty insane, okay? So I don't really know what the definitive answer there is, but definitely I've had some long gaming sessions. Today I don't do them that often, only because I'm getting older. It makes sense to take breaks and split stuff up for streaming purposes for business, but also health-wise for me. And let's be honest, when I do a marathon like that, right? Like, for example, this Thursday, I'm absolutely going to be doing this fun Halloween marathon, but I'm going to be pooped. I know I am. I'm going to be absolutely pooped by the end. And therefore, if I did that all the time or more often, I'd probably be like, oh my Lord, you know, I would be able to take it. So that's why I basically don't do it that often. I do it for like holidays and special times during the year. Ice Tea Sane or Ice Teas Ane, Ice Tazane, I don't know how to say the name, did a $2 super chat, excuse me, a €2 super chat, and says, am I going to get RTU's mistress on the Level 1 podcast? Listen, here's the deal. Every once in a while, I cover RTU and the drama around him. I mean, no exaggeration. There's literally RTU drama going down right now. At this very moment, there's RTU drama happening. He's on a stream, and it's a train wreck nightmare again. All right? It could literally be all I cover. But I'm not RTU. See, if this were me doing what he's doing right now, every day would be him just reacting and watching me. But I'm not RTU. I actually have meaningful content to put onto the internet. You understand? Today, we're going to be talking about my schedule and how it's updating for my viewers, and we're going to talk about this big controversial issue with Dragon Age Veilguard, which needs to be discussed. That's what we're covering today, because it's meaningful stuff for a gaming community and a gaming audience. I don't need to sit here and go crazy slamming this guy every day, because I actually have content to produce. He does not. So that's why, if you're wondering, I don't get it. There's content that he's making. You could be talking about him right now. His mistress was on Lolcow Live, and they talked about having her on your show, Phil. Why is she not on your show? Because I don't need it. Quite frankly, I don't need it. All right? I don't. And by the way, if she had anything to say, I feel like she would say it on someone else's show who's bigger, right? If she had something meaningful to say, she would probably say it on Lolcow Live. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't need to come on my show to talk and get a voice heard. In fact, I mean, let's be honest, talking to my audience is a much smaller audience than going on a show like that, right? If anything, like literally, here's the truth. I have one question, okay? And this isn't just for RTU's mistress. This would be for everyone out there. Why was he obsessed with me for 10 years? Why do you think? What's your opinion? I have my opinions, and I've shared them. But I'm curious, why do these other people think that he was so obsessed with me for a decade, right? But that's it. That's all I really have to offer, all right? Again, every once in a while, we will cover the RTU story as it continues to unfold, the train wreck that it is, but it ain't going to be every day. You know, maybe later in the week when things slow down with other hot topics that I want to discuss, then we'll get back to RTU. Right? This is very similar when people were like, Phil, I don't understand, but LTG talked about you today. Yeah, I don't care about LTG that much. Like, every once in a while, you bring up these guys. You know what I mean? This is not the end-all, be-all of me. I have content, right? I have stuff to talk about. Cool? Okay. All right, let's move on. So, let's talk about how yesterday went and how we came to some determining factors. So first off, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it continues. 39 straight streams where we have hit the goals and crushed my trolls. The positivity rolls on. And we are so close to tying the record. Guys, the record is 41. Back in August, when this whole wave of positivity towards me began, we started a crazy pattern and a crazy marathon of support. It reached 41 streams, and then of all things, Black Myth Wukong killed it because it was such a boring goddamn game. And that's a shame because we had that momentum going back then. You know what I'm saying? And so now we're back. 39 straight streams of hitting our daily goals. Thank you so much, everyone, for that. Today, let's do it again. All right, let's keep it going. And just a reminder, every contribution towards my streams now counts towards the goal. Whether it's a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, or a gifted membership on the YouTube side. Whether it's a sub or some gifted subs on the Kick side. Or for everyone, a tip. A tip can be for any viewer right now can do that by looking at the description of the stream or the About page or use the tips command on YouTube. Anything, okay? So, let's get that rolling and get that support going. What is the goal for this week? Remember, I announced it yesterday, and it's pretty unique, and people are actually even talking about it. Katsu Burger. Katsu Burger is a unique chain of food places out here, only in the Pacific Northwest. It only is around this area of, like, Washington State. And what they do is they make burgers, chicken, pork, and tofu, and they fry it like katsu meat, which is a Japanese style of frying with breading and everything. And then they turn it into a gourmet burger with cool, unique toppings and all kinds of stuff. They even have unique sides and fries and things that other places don't have. It's really interesting. And my wife, all credit to my wife, Kat, she found it and said, you should do this for your reward goal. People are going to like it because it's so different. She's dead right. Like, it's so interesting. I cannot wait to try it. So let's keep that goal going this week. We keep the momentum. It basically, so you guys know, it would be 46 straight streams. So it would be today we hit 41, which means we would tie the record of how long we've gone. Then we would continue this week. And then we'll go all the way to Friday. Friday's daytime stream would be 46, okay? When we hit that goal, then I'm going to order from Katsu Burger, and we're going to do an awesome episode of DSP Tries It, trying out multiple burgers. I'll probably order 2 different burgers and a side or 2 to test live and see what it's all about and if it's any good. All right? So let's keep that going. Thank you so much, guys. I'm very excited to beat the goal of 41. That was the record so far, and to keep it rolling. Again, the whole idea is to show it wasn't a fluke. We're having growth. We're having positivity. People like the content. You like the shiftings I'm making, right? As you see, I've pivoted. Originally, we did a lot of drama. Right away, it was like drama, drama, drama. What's happened? In the last 2 months, a lot of people have said, we don't want that much drama anymore, Phil. The drama's getting older, okay? And we really don't want drama, drama, drama anymore. So if you could do other content, we'd really appreciate that. I said, okay, I'm down for that. Like, why don't we do other content? Oh, by the way, I just got a giant super chat, but it didn't show up. What happened? Why didn't it show up? It didn't pop up. Hold on a second. Yeah, something's up. Thank you. I'm going to shout out that giant super chat in a second. I just got a huge one. But for some bizarre reason, it didn't show up. Let me check my pop-ups, guys. Maybe my pop-ups need to be relogged into. It very well could be that it timed out. Allow me to do a quick test. Yeah, it's not working at all. I just clicked it and nothing's happening. All right, so let me do this. I might have to log back in. You know what might have happened? All of my services might have logged out, which happens from time to time. It does happen from time to time. Okay, let's test this. I apologize. Someone does a ginormous super chat and doesn't get credit. Yeah, look, it's not working. Okay, so, excuse me. What I need to do is I need to, I guess, set up a whole new one. Let's see here. Alert box. That's not what I wanted. I clicked the wrong thing. Now what is going on? Oh, wait, it is alert box. I forgot they changed the whole thing recently. Yeah. Okay. So what I want to do is this. Here we go. I want none of this. I don't want that. I want that. You know what? We'll do that for now. We don't want that, and we don't want these. So this is what we want. Okay. This. Let's see if this works, because it very well could have been they updated everything, which has happened before. Now let's test it. Now it's not working. I don't know why. Here we go again with this crap. Sucks. Obviously, I want pop-ups on the stream. Why would this not? Pretty sure no settings changed here, but let me double check. Anyway. Oh, yeah, what the? Okay. Oh, no. OBS, here's the weirdest thing that happened yesterday. Where do you guys hear this? Because it doesn't make any sense. I am completely outdated with my hardware setup when it comes to my streaming PC. My gaming PC is like top of the line, new, very good. But my streaming PC is over a decade old. I'm running Windows 8.1. I can't upgrade because the components in there might not even work with a newer version of Windows. That's how old the PC is, okay? So all my software is completely outdated, okay? Yesterday, out of nowhere, when I booted up OBS, it actually had said, like, it had updated OBS. But the weirdest thing is OBS refuses to update because I have Windows 8.1 and OBS isn't supported for Windows 8.1 anymore. So I don't know how it updated. It doesn't make sense. But it changed everything. It resized my windows. It did all this weird stuff. So there's this weird setting in OBS. It's called use hardware acceleration for browser plugins. It is incredibly stupid. Like, no one literally would ever want to use this, okay? It basically messes up your plugins completely. And basically, the stupid part about it is, I don't know what use it would have if it even worked, because I don't think it even works. I don't think it's ever worked, okay? So in this regard, sadly, when this is enabled, my pop-ups don't work. When I disable this feature, then they work. But the problem is, I looked and it was enabled. I'm like, I never enabled it. Whatever this forced update was yesterday must have done this to me, right? So the problem now is none of the pop-ups are working, like, at all. And I need to, guess what? I need to restart OBS to fix that. But if I restart OBS, because I'm now dual streaming, it's going to make a whole new stream. Yeah, it's going to make an entirely new stream. And I don't want to do that. So, sadly, I think I'm kind of boned right now. I can't play any animations for the podcast. But because I'm doing 3 separate streams today, one for the podcast, one for the React show, and one for my Retro React later tonight, I'll be able to fix this between the podcast and the React show. This is stupid. Tech issues are always stupid like this. Very annoying, and I apologize to this person. Is Jediah Indigo. Did a 100-pound super chat, okay? So to put that in perspective, because we actually want to see what that is, correct? £100 is the equivalent of 129 US dollars. So this person just did an incredibly generous super chat. And I want to reward them and say thank you. And I want to do a pop-up, and I can't because the stupid hardware acceleration bullshit enabled itself. I didn't do it. I don't even know why, because it shouldn't have updated. You can't even update the damn software. So I apologize to Jediah. I can't do a animation for you right now, but I can fix it between these streams. But let me get you up on the leaderboard for this incredibly generous contribution, okay? So it's a $129 super chat. So now we're up to $133 in contributions on this very first stream, okay? So what did they have to say? Don't mind me. I'm just here paying the king's tax. Keep up the good work, Phil. Thank you. What a very, very generous contribution for the podcast this morning. I greatly, greatly appreciate this. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Okay. In addition to that, I received a $1.50 tip. Someone says, I can't stick around. I want to give you my 2 cents. After seeing a few independent reviews, I feel like it's going to be a 7 out of 10 game. If you're a fan of Origins, you're not going to like it. But if you liked Inquisition, you might still enjoy it. I'm more of a play-it-yourself kind of person, since finding a reviewer who matches your taste is hard. Obviously, that person is talking about Barbie Horse Adventures, the sequel that comes out tomorrow. No, they're talking about Dragon Age Inquisition, obviously. Thank you so much for that, anonymous $1.50 tipper. And then I received another $1 tip here. Krabby Patty meal when? The Krabby Patty meal actually was at Katsu Burger, but then they got rid of it. Now that I'm actually going to, do it. So it sucks. I was going to get it and they don't have it. As for the Krabby Patty meal at Wendy's, I don't give 2 fucks. It's terrible, right? It's a scam. And everyone else has already reviewed it and said it's horrible. Why would you waste my time with that? Let's do good stuff. So never. Okay. Continuing on. So now let's get to talking about yesterday and how yesterday went and go from there. Okay. So yesterday was an interesting streaming day. We started off. Oh, by the way, thank you. We're almost hit the goal. Guys, we're $15 away. Let's get $15 of contributions by the end of the podcast. Crush the goal. Continue on positively with the rest of our day, my friends. In fact, Darkside Pimp just gifted 3 subs over on Kick. Darkside Pimp is cinching it, clutching it for us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the equivalent of $15. And guess what that means, folks? Guess what it means? I'll tell you what it means. It means we have hit the goal streak of 40. It means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 40th stream in a row to make it rain here on DSP Gaming. The King's coffers are filled again for the 40th straight stream. It doesn't matter if we're playing games. It doesn't matter if we're talking about drama, if we're talking about gaming news, if we're talking about my schedule, if it's Halloween, if it's Christmas, if it's Labor Day, if it's Portuguese Sunday, whatever that means. It doesn't matter what day it is. We are always crushing the goals and smiting the trolls here on DSP Gaming. Thank you guys so very, very much for 40 straight streams of success. You guys are absolutely awesome. Now, you realize what this means. We are only 1 stream away from tying the record. The record was 41 back in August, and then we lost it, and that was unfortunate. But we are this close to getting it again, and then continuing with a new streak. The sky's the limit. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Keep the positivity flowing, my friends. Right? Let's do it. Thank you so much. Hope you'll be tonight. Remember, on tonight's late stream, it is Retro React Silent Hill 1 over on my DSP Throwback channel or here on Kick. Those have been fun streams. Watching my original Silent Hill 1 playthrough, which I don't even remember anything else about it. So the places we're doing and going now, I don't remember any of it. So it's like watching it for the first time, playing it for the first time. And we're having nice chill vibes. Perfect for the Halloween season. We're doing that tonight, 7 p.m. So if that's the stream. That's the tying the goal or tying the streak. I hope you could do it tonight. It'll be amazing. Okay? All right. By the way, Iced Tizane, again with a €2 super chat, asks, crush the goal. Did you like Liquid Richard's music? I've never heard Liquid Richard's music. For what I'm going to understand, Liquid Richard always made fun of me. So I don't know about it. You know, maybe it was good. I've never heard it. Can't really comment on it. Okay. All right, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, I played 2 games. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I played WWE Champions. Now, Black Ops 6, I've now played something like 8 hours of it between the 2 major streams, the preview I did the night when it came out, and then actually last night, we'll talk about this on the late stream, I played an hour. What are my initial thoughts 8 hours into Black Ops 6 multiplayer? It is way better than the multiplayer of Modern Warfare 2 and 3 remakes, you know, because even though the original Modern Warfares were ages ago, they're so original, they had to remake them, and they're not very good. This game feels like you want Call of Duty to feel. The time to kill, the, guns and gunplay, the gadgets. There's no magic fucking walls that are blasting you with sound waves. There's no complete bullshit, nonsensical stuff. It's, stuff that feels like Call of Duty. Although, admittedly, when someone gets a score streak and it's like piling on with a million extra kills, it is very frustrating. But I like the movement. I like the gunplay. The unlock system is fun. You're unlocking new stuff constantly, so you keep switching weapons and upgrades and things. I'm having a really good time with it, okay? I'm not bored at all. And I've probably, at this point, seen all the maps. I did actually see a map for the first time last night, and I was like, how did I not see this map yet? I've been playing for like 8 hours. But I'm really enjoying my time with it. Keep in mind, I've only played like 3 game modes, right? I've done Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, and Domination. I literally haven't even done anything else yet, but I'm liking what I'm playing. Are there some issues with skill-based matchmaking? Well, let me put it this way. Since I'm playing it now on PC at 120 hertz, it's almost never a problem. And what I mean by that is even when you can tell skill-based matchmaking's kicking in, maybe I have to adjust slightly, but then I win anyway. I mean, I'm serious. Last night, for an hour, I played this game and I dominated every time. It was like always top of the leaderboards, always positive kill death ratio. And that is so cool because I feel like playing on console has hindered me literally the entire time I've ever played Call of Duty. And now that I'm back to being a PC gamer for the first time in like 20 years, I am destroying the opposition. It's not an exaggeration. Go watch the videos on this channel and you will see me kicking everyone's ass up, right, left, and down. It is fun as hell. Awesome grenade tosses, placement of the mines, getting the drop on people, actually winning heads-up firefights. Now, there have been a couple matches where basically it seems like nothing's working, and that is the skill-based matchmaking, because what happens is after you start winning a bunch, they toss you into a match with people who have worse connections to you, but they don't tell you that. It'll still say you have a 16 millisecond connection, yet you shoot someone 17 times and no one dies. Like, what is going on? It's done on purpose. They've done this for about 5+ years. This matchmaking is meant to make it feel fair to certain people who suck. And it's stupid. It really is. Because you're playing better, they make you actually have a worse experience so other people have a chance. That's dumb as shit. But for the most part, I haven't had too much of an issue. I'm doing well. I'm having fun. I can't wait for more. Now, here's the thing. Everyone is pushing me in different directions. Some people are really liking the multiplayer, and they want to see me continue to play it and unlock new weapons and new loadouts and meta and all of that, and I'm down for that. Other people already are like, well, you played 8 hours of the multiplayer. When are you doing the campaign? And I'm like, well, I'd like to play the campaign, but look at this week. We got a React Day, right? We got my Halloween Marathon coming up on Thursday. Unfortunately, I got personal stuff going on Wednesday. I can't even stream on the day stream. This week is kind of weird. So if I start playing the campaign, now that's taking away from my experience with the multiplayer, which I'm running and flowing in right now. And I don't know when I'm going to get back to it. Should I even start playing it? And then you got people saying, what about zombies? I'm like, yeah, you're right. Zombies looks good. I would like to try zombies. But how do I do that when I'm already trying to juggle everything else, you see? So right now, I am in demand, and people are pulling me in different directions, right? And I don't know really what to do about that, honestly. So anyway, I'm really enjoying Black Ops 6. I had a great time with it yesterday, okay? So then, last night, it was WWE Champions Night, weekend event. Zombie LA Night was available in loot. And we boot up the game and we start to play it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys at this point, all right? You could tell when a vibe has changed, all right? You really can. When something has hype behind it, when something is exciting, and people are showing up because they're engaging and they're having a good time, you could tell the difference between that and people are just showing up just because they want to show up to kind of support you or whatever, but they're not necessarily caring about the content you're doing with something. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it, that's basically the vibe that I'm now getting around WWE Champions. And when I say that, I mean, when we started playing WWE Champions it was either late August or early September. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember exactly when we started playing it. But man, it was like almost like a taboo thing to do. If you remember, the reason that it was so taboo and everyone was interested and excited in this was because so many years people had given me shit, right, for playing mobile games and for hiding the fact that I did and lying about it publicly and all of that. So the fact that Darkside Phil, the guy who's been crapped on by his detractors and others for so many years, was actually going to go online and play a mobile game live was like a big double fuck you to those out there who'd been crapping on me. And then the fact that when I started playing it, all of a sudden, everyone starts dumping money on me, saying, here's some money, spend money on the game. You know? It was insane. Not once. One time, we raised $700. And another time, if you can believe it, we raised over $1,200 in a WWE champion stream. I want you to just think about how insane that is, right? That is wild. Now, what we were doing, and this is the momentum of the game, was if I make a lot of money, I'll do some pulls in the game. And it became a running thing that if I hit the goal, I'll do a mega pull. Now, in reality, that means that I'm making less money that night because I'm spending the money right away, right? But, hey, I'm owning the meme, right? I'm making it clear that I can do whatever I want with my fucking money and no one has the right to criticize it whatsoever. Those days are done, correct? I've now destroyed any ammo that my detractors had against me when it comes to mobile gaming, it's completely done. They have nothing to say about it whatsoever. They're completely irrelevant, right? And to be quite frank, I think a lot of people actually enjoyed it because it was wrestling. And I don't do wrestling content anymore, right? I used to. I used to play all the WWE games. I used to do Sims. I used to have a wrestling commentary show. And those days are long gone. So I feel like now this is something different. This is something interesting, correct? So that was fun. But it's been 2 months now of me playing WWE Champions on and off. And I do feel that things have changed. Let's explain. And by the way, good morning to Rend. How are you? Lucky Gremlin, how you doing? I see more people are coming by and saying hello. How's everyone doing this morning? Okay, so in the 2 months that I played WWE Champions, we established that me playing it once a week wouldn't work. It wasn't enough to stay caught up with the events and do things in the game, correct? So I started playing it twice a week, and that worked, except now that we're into the busy gaming season, and now I'm juggling a bunch of games, and now particularly this week, Call of Duty has a ton of content. I've only touched upon one of the 3 things of the content in it because of my time constraints. Sonic Shadow Generations, I've only played it once. Came out on Friday. It's Monday. I've only played it once. I'm playing it again tomorrow, but I don't even know if I should play it as the day or night stream, right? And now we got another game coming out tomorrow, Life is Strange Double Exposure. Well, guess what? How can I even play it right now? I don't have time in my schedule, right? So with all this stuff going on, to say, oh, we're going to take 2 streams out each week to play WWE Champions is like, why? During this time of year, typically, even if I had like ongoing chill streams, I would suspend the chill streams so that we could play the new games. Why am I not doing that with Champions this year? It's a good point. And the truth is, it's because this kind of game, again, it was popular for a while to see me play the taboo game. And also, if you don't play it, you basically fall behind. The way this game works is you must keep playing it. You must keep trying to league up. You must get all the weekly rewards. You must do this. You must do that. It's a time sink. I know. I play the game on my personal account, and I've played it on and off since the game came out for 7 years now. I know how these games work. They want your time. They want, what they call it is the sunken cost fallacy. They want you to believe that because you're investing so much time in it, you have to keep investing time in it. Because if you stop playing, you're throwing away all that time and money you spent on it. You must keep playing. But what does that mean? More time invested, more money invested. And that's the catch. That's exactly what they want you to think so that you keep spending money. Get it? So for me, we've now been playing this game, get this, 31 hours. Yes, it's longer than major playthroughs that I've done. 31 hours of WWE Champions. We've had a fun time. We went through the whole Bloodline, new Bloodline month, and Zombies month, okay? I've actually gotten some of these characters. I got 2 of the new Bloodline characters, and I got one of this month's new zombie character, okay? That's awesome. But what I'm noticing now is when I play Champions, attendance is way down. I'm not even kidding you. Right now, on this podcast, I have 289 viewers on YouTube. I have, about 30, 40 viewers on Kick? I'm trying to refresh. It's not loading. 40 viewers on Kick. So right now we have over 300 viewers for the podcast. I didn't even have that many people watching WWE Champions last night. That's how much it's fallen from grace. When I started playing it, we had 400, 500, 600 viewers on YouTube, right? This was before I was co-streaming. There was a lot of popularity there. People wanted to see that, right? And also, I'm definitely noticing the support has been very, very dried up. It used to be people were incredibly forthcoming with support when I played the streams. Here, take this, do a poll. We want to see it. But now I've been doing polls for 2 months. And it's tired, right? It really is. It's tired content, I feel. I feel like it's something that maybe a small audience is interested in it, but it's just not for the mainstream anymore. The gimmick ran out when I destroyed the meme. I owned the meme, and I said, this has no power over me anymore. I can play as much as I want, anything I want. You have no right to criticize me. Trolls, fuck off. That's that. So to see me do that the first few times was fun, but then after that, people were kind of like, oh, this is boring, right? And here's the thing. I want you to understand something. We could easily play other games that are chill stream games that are going to fill the gap of WWE Champions, right? We can bring back Stardew Valley. Coming up next month, you know what we have coming out that's going to be amazing? Microsoft Flight Simulator, the new one. Playing that on my gaming PC, do you have any concept of how amazing that game's going to look? So we could be flying around the world looking at cool landmarks, cities, awesome things, and we could be hanging out and having a good time together while we do it. Flight Sim was a very successful game for me several years ago when I played it on my Xbox Series X. I know it's going to be very successful as well in the modern day, okay? So, we're okay. I'm okay with chill streaming, but I'm listening to the crowd. I'm listening to what everyone's saying, and essentially what people are saying to me is, guys, this is done. It's tired now. 31 hours. The game's repetitive. It's the same shit over and over. The pulls are getting ridiculous. How much money have I spent on this game in 2 months for these characters? It's silly. I agree with you. Now, if you like mobile gaming and you like that formula, I do too. Go for it. But I at the end of my stream last night, I basically said something very, very simple. Play responsibly. Don't get addicted, because I've been there with so many mobile games in the past. Particularly, I've told you guys about this one, WWE Supercard. This was one that I really had issues with, that I was putting too much time and money into, and it got me into trouble, okay? So, having been through it, I wanted everyone to understand that the reason I spent money on this game ever was because I was raising the money on stream to spend on it, and I never spent more than I raised, right? You gotta play these games responsibly. And I left it with that as the final message. Now, will we ever go back to WWE Champions? It's a maybe for me. I could definitely see us every once in a while getting bored and having a random night and say, hey, let's just do it. Let's do a Champions night. Let's boot the game up. Let's play it. Let's see what's going on in the game. Maybe if we get enough support, do some pulls randomly and see what characters we can get or whatever. I don't think that it really holds water as something to do regularly anymore. I think people are bored with it. Me too. Including me. I've seen as much as we can possibly do. Basically, what's happening is we boot it up, we do the daily stuff, we do whatever tours are available, and then it's like, well, there's nothing to do unless we pull. So unless people pay money now to hit the goal, there's nothing to do in the game. It's boring, right? So it'll be fun, I think, every once in a while to go back. Like, maybe people would want to see me play it around Black Friday week to see what the character is that they're doing for Black Friday. Maybe you want to see it around Christmas, right? Maybe we'll do that. But outside of that, I think we've seen enough of the game, and it's time to give it a break and play other new releases in its place. We need those streams. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need the time for the hot new games anyway. So I'm totally okay with now saying, adios, champion muchachos. Maybe we'll see you again. It's basically, it's run its course, correct? Fair enough? Okay. So, guys, thank you for 2 awesome months of WWE Champions. And I hope that you guys enjoy, all right? What? Ren says, for 3 subs, show the audience where we can buy official DSPGaming merch, including the massively successful Level 1 podcast mug and its superior thirst-quenching prowess. Yes, I accidentally didn't bring the mug up today. So I've been drinking from this instead of the mug. Should I go get the mug? All right, hold on. Okay. So, the Level 1 Podcast officially licensed mug available on darksidephil.shop. As you can see, we're heading into the holiday season. It could be a great time to consider getting a gift for a fellow fan or loved one. I mean, listen, who wouldn't like on Christmas morning to see a box sitting there underneath the Christmas tree addressed to them? The sticker's on it. It says, here's the box, here's the gift, right? What could this be? And they pick it up. Oh, what a wondrous gift I have received. I wonder what this could be. And they get so excited. They're drinking the eggnog, so they're all kind of buzzed. And they tear the wrapping paper off the box very excitedly. Oh my goodness, could this be a new Android phone? Like maybe the new Samsung Galaxy? Could this be perhaps a set of awesome noise-canceling headphones, right? Maybe there's a ROG Ally in there. ROG Ally, right? What could be in this box? And they tear it apart. And they look, oh, what wondrous joy on Christmas morn to receive the officially licensed Level 1 Podcast mug with its flavor-enhancing abilities. Fill it with any beverage conveniently like so. And then when you drink that beverage, let me tell you, Oh, the flavor is just increased tenfold because you're drinking out of the officially licensed mug. Okay? So give it a look over on darksidefill.shop. Okay? Shipping is free if you spend $40 or more in one order. Worldwide shipping available. But to give you a forewarning, it does take a week or two, or a couple of weeks to get your merch because this is all custom made. This is not pre-made. They make it, they print it on order. So you have to order and then wait a little bit to get it. So FYI, if you're thinking of maybe getting yourself something for the holidays there or getting a gift for somebody else, you're going to want to jump on that on the earlier side, okay? Before the rush. Get on it before the rush. And by the way, as I am talking now to the company about adding some new designs and about possibly getting me like a sweatshirt, sweater, or hoodie to wear on streams to show off the product for you guys. I'm going to send them a bunch of new art. I need to get around to it, maybe tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to send them a lot of the different artworks and things that you've probably seen on the pre-streams during the slideshow, and I'm going to see if they can edit those to be new products as well. We'll find out, okay? All right, Lucky Gremlin, if you need an update on your order, I think you have to email info@darksidefill.shop. I think that's what it is. Info@darksidefill.shop is the email address, and then they should get back to you with an update to tell you what's going on. Keep in mind, again, worldwide shipping and everything, it takes longer, but people have said they didn't know what was going on, and then they emailed, and then they got an update, and then they got their stuff, so that's what I would do, okay? All right, Rend did a $3, 3 gifted subs. So thank you to Rend for gifting 3 subs over on Kick. I appreciate that very much. And I guess what he really wanted me to do, he wanted me to, he wanted me to do a plug there. I forgot to put the anonymous tip up there on the leaderboard as well, an anonymous $1.50 tip that we got earlier. Okay. Cool. Casanova, no, I can't sign anything. I don't have the product. This product is made in a factory by a business. It's produced and it's mailed direct to you. I don't have the product. I can't sign it. I don't know why people have this weird misconception that I have the products. I don't have them. Okay? All right. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, so now it's time to talk about the major topic, everyone. You ready? So let me take a look at the timestamp. We're at about 47:30. I got to remember that for later. All right. So, folks, here's what's happened today. Dragon Age Veilguard's early reviews have released. All right? Now, I'm going to try to tackle this topic as fairly as I possibly can. All right? I want you to understand that I'm not coming from any kind of an angle here where I stand to benefit by saying anything positive or negative about Dragon Age Veilguard at all. I have absolutely no vested interest on if this game does well, is good, sells, doesn't sell, or whatever. Whatever I say does not affect this game or myself at all, okay? A couple days ago, a segment on the show was us covering the fact that the Veilguard final trailer released, and I compared it directly to the trailer that had come out for Dragon Age Origins some 13 plus years ago, right? We had this direct head-to-head comparison, and we talked about how definitely the tone of the the tone of the series has changed. It used to be more kind of Lord of the Rings-esque medieval kind of style, and now it definitely has seemed to become way more modernized and almost doesn't really seem to have a coherent identity. It's a little bit more confusing. We talked about how the game's been gone for 9 years. Inquisition was the last one. And now 9 years later, having a sequel, a lot of people probably won't even remember the previous games. So it's kind of hard to say if there would even intentional carryover or not, or if they're really just trying to like reboot it. Who knows, right? If you want to see that, it's a segment that I did on my podcast a couple days ago, and I even did a breakout clip of it where we analyzed the stuff side by side. You can take a look, all right? So, the early reviews are out, all right? Let me show you some of the early reviews. Here's one. It's Result Darkside Phil. Wow, he did pretty good playing Street Fighter. Wait, what's this? That's not it. This is it. Hold on. Here we are. So, here's the early reviews. Eurogamer, 10 out of 10. Gaming Bible, 10 out of 10. CG Magazine, 10 out of 10. Xbox Era, 10 out of 10. Metro UK, 9 out of 10. Game Rant, 10 out of 10. IGN, 9 out of 10. DualShockers, 8.5 out of 10. Gamer, 8 out of 10. Games Radar Plus, 8 out of 10. Windows Central, 8 out of 10. Worth Playing, 8 out of 10. BGC 247, 6 out of 10. Regular VGC, 6 out of 10. Okay? So basically what you'll find, if you're looking at the early reviews that came out this morning, okay, the vast majority of the mainstream gaming media, the big outlets, the ones that everyone pays, attention to, the ones that have added weight, all said the game is insanely good. One company, I don't know if it's in this feed, one company went as far as to say, not that, trying to find it. It was one of the major companies. Oh, here you go. Listen to this. A fantasy role-playing game of astonishing spectacle. This is the best Dragon Age and perhaps BioWare has ever been. Eurogamer is saying this is the best game that BioWare has ever put out. It's better than Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. It's better than the Knights of the Old Republic online game. It's better than the entire Mass Effect trilogy. It's better than all the previous Dragon Age games. That's what Eurogamer is saying. Okay? So those are the reviews you're seeing right now. But there's a problem. Okay? There is a big problem. Okay? What's happened is, not that it leaked. I mean, I think people were eventually going to find this out anyway, so I don't know what EA is playing at here. EA actually pulled a fast one on everyone. And we might say, well, what are you talking about? They actually had a bunch of people go out to several different press events. In fact, there was one just back in September, okay, where people actually played this game and did early hands-on impressions, okay? Here's what they did. I'm not making this up because there's a video about it right here from Fextra Life, a 1 million sub YouTube channel, all right, that regularly gets hundreds of thousands of views on any video it makes about an RPG. So here's what this company did, EA. They flew everyone out to a press event. They had them do hands-on impressions. And get this, anyone who had negative things to say about the game in their early impressions did not receive a review code. Literally, if you criticize this game in the hands-on impressions at all, you didn't get a review code. But if you kissed its butt, you received a review code. What they actually did is they skimmed the reviewing crowd of people who were being honest. So that way they knew the only initial reviews that would go out of the game would be overly positive. It was actually a calculated move done on purpose. Okay? Can you believe that? Now, I could watch this video, but I've already watched it this morning. That's exactly what the Fextra Life crew is saying. They're saying, listen, this is completely disingenuous. They are farming positive reviews because a lot of people are saying this game is make or break for BioWare. That if this game doesn't sell, this could be the end of BioWare as a studio because they've now had so many flops. Anthem, insanely big flop, correct? Mass Effect Andromeda, insanely big flop. They need this to be good because if it's not, they've got nothing under their belt from like the last 5 to 7 years. And EA stands to lose a lot of money on this game if it doesn't sell. So they are purposefully creating a cauldron of only the ingredients they want so that the smell coming off the cauldron is good. And all the initial gamers will run out and buy it this week on release. And then once the game actually gets out to the real crowd of people who are playing it, then you'll start to get the real review. All right? But already there's been some that have fallen through the cracks. If you actually look out there at look at this. In fact, here it is. I do not recommend Dragon Age The Veilguard review. Skill up. Now, that's just 2 hours ago, but this was actually like 4 or 5 hours ago. What's happened is the people who are not beholden to basically needing positivity from these major companies are being honest about it and saying it's not very good. Okay? So you have to question, right? Why would EA do this? Right? Why would a company like EA try to pull this fast one? All right? Well, it's very simple because some people are like, Phil, you make all this shit up, right? No, I'm telling you, in the industry, this has been a game they've been playing for over a decade. They give out the early review codes in the expectation that because that media outlet got the review codes, they're now going to be overly nice to the game, overinflate the score, the game will sell well, and therefore it becomes this cycle of you pat me on the back, I pat you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. We all benefit, right? And so in a case like this, where this is make or break for EA, right? They fly a bunch of people out to a big press event to play the game, and some people dared to be honest and say, it ain't that good. In fact, Fextra Life even said in his video, to him, the gameplay elements were actually good, but the story elements that were presented during the press event weren't very good. So for the first time ever, he might actually care more about the gameplay of like a RPG than the actual story, and just the story will take a back seat. He'll keep playing because he likes the gameplay. It's a hook, right? They didn't like that. EA did not like that at all. They were upset that they said that in their early impressions, and that's why they didn't get the review code. Okay? So I want you to think about how disingenuous that is. Now, here's the other thing, too. You might say, well, I don't understand. Why do these major gaming outlets keep doing it? Ladies and gentlemen, do you really believe that this week there's not going to be a giant advertising blitz for Veilguard? Come Halloween and the days after, when you go to IGN or you go to GameSpot or you go to these websites, I guarantee you there will be giant splash page ads all around the border. CC, my level 1 podcast border, that would say Dragon Age Veilguard. Click here to buy. Here's a video preview and all that. And they pay big money for that advertising space. Big dollars. So do you think they're going to pay big dollars for that ad space if the website that they're advertising on is saying their game is a 6 out of 10? Of course they're not. That's why it goes hand in hand. Is IGN or GameSpot or any of these big websites, Eurogamer, do you think they're actually receiving a direct monetary compensation payment from EA to say that Dragon Age Veilguard is good? No. You will never find that anywhere. There's no contract. There's no evidence. But what you can easily figure out if you put 2 and 2 together is that it massively benefits their businesses to say the game's good. The advertising blitz, the continued invites to exclusive events to try games so they can have the early access coverage to bring more people to their site, so more people will see the ads and more people will click and they'll make more money, right? If these big media outlets didn't get exclusive access to events and games, what the fuck would you need them for? Seriously, why would you ever need to go to IGN or GameSpot if it wasn't for exclusive access to shit? You would never get a benefit from going there, so why would you care? Right? So again, it's not that they're getting a paycheck directly from EA or any major company, but they are getting massive benefit by being overly positive. What's happened this morning is all the major outlets said this is the best Dragon Age ever, and every small time person who actually happened to get a review code is saying it ain't that good. It's like a 6 out of 10. It's boring. It's incredibly repetitive. The story is poorly written. It's not that interesting. Now, the funny part about everything that I'm telling you guys is you notice one thing that I haven't done. I haven't talked about if the game's woke or not. I haven't talked about any of the political shit. I don't have to. A lot of people today are making this topic about wokeness and how much liberal content is in the game. There is, for the record. It's documented. People have screen captured it. There's a dialogue choice. Choose to become transgender and have different dialogue choices for the rest of the game. I'm not kidding. That's what it said. And there's another one. There's a whole plot line about a Kunari who apparently comes out to their parents saying that they are not one-gendered and they want to be called they and them as their pronouns for the rest of their life. Why that applies to fantasy, I don't get. They put that in there as plots. I want you to think about this, okay? It's supposed to be dark fantasy. The universe may be erased as we know it because the veil is opening and gods of elven kingdoms are coming through to kill everyone and take everything over. But we're concerned about our pronouns. That's the most important thing right now, right? How about this? I don't care what the fuck you call yourself. There's demons at the door. Can we kill them? Why are we having this scene right now? Right? I give 2 shits. you know, but they put it in the game. They wedged it in to have it as part of the game. All right. That's not even what I'm talking about. All right. I'm not. I don't care about that. I want you to understand that, because so many people today are trying to make it about politics and culture wars and that shit. I don't even care about that. What I care about is the practice of sending early copies of games to select people who then get exclusive early access, early video coverage, early clicks, early views, early money. And then they overly praise the game in order to benefit from it. This has been going on for over a decade. And I've called it out time after time after fucking time. Remember when I used to review games and people said they loved my reviews because I never gave anything a 10? I've never reviewed a single game 10 out of 10 because not a single game I've ever played has deserved a perfect score. They all have room for improvement. Why these outlets give games 10 out of 10? It's ludicrous. It's like, so you're a joke. So you're a laughing stock. You don't take your job seriously. You're saying this is a perfect video game. Well, no, this could be improved. That it's not a 10 out of 10. You fucking buffoon. You disingenuous clown. You shouldn't receive a paycheck because you don't even understand what it means to review something. And nothing infuriates me more when people hide behind the guise of, it's just my opinion, bro. It's just my opinion. My opinion, I can say whatever I want. No, it's not your opinion. It's a review. You wrote a formal review as a piece of work to be published for others to publicly consume and take into a big weighted average of how good this game actually is. This is not your personal opinion that you kept to yourself. The moment you published it as a review, you had a professional responsibility to be honest. And if you lied at all, if you skewed at all, if you increased or inflated everything at all for personal gain, you are a scumbag. You're a fucktard. You are. You're a piece of shit. You have ruined the honesty of the games industry for personal benefit, and you don't deserve anything. You should no longer get games in advance. You should no longer have early access. You should have your ability to influence others taken away. But this is happening literally every single fucking game. We just talked about it with Star Wars Outlaws, that people were flown out to a full paid cruise and a fully luxury packaged Disneyland vacation. And then people were like, oh, well, they didn't tell me I had to say anything positive about the game. Oh, so you're telling me that Ubisoft is just in the practice of just shipping people to Disneyland for no reason? You fucking idiots. No, this should never happen. It shouldn't be allowed. I don't know why it is, but it's an industry practice that's like constant and always happening. I don't understand it. So here's the deal. Today, all of these reviews are out, but these are only people who were personally selected to get the review code for Veilguard. All right? You can't trust them. You can't. You just can't trust it because you don't know who stands to benefit from getting this game early when it was a personal selection that EA made rather than making it be fair and everyone got one or no one got one, right? Personally, I feel no one should get early review codes. I've told you this many times over the last decade. Here's how the industry should be. The game releases. Literally everyone goes out and buys the fucking game if they want to get it on day one, including the gaming media and news outlets. You must invest your own money into it. That way, if the game sucks, you actually will be upset because you didn't get it handed to you for free. So if it sucks, you'll say, it sucks, and it sucks because I spent money on it, and it's not good. How can you accurately review a game that you haven't sacrificed to obtain? Right? If someone just left a car in front of your house and it's yours, and you go to drive the car and it falls apart, would you be upset? You didn't even pay for it. So why do you care? But if you spent $50,000 on a car, and within the first week it's having tons of mechanical issues, you're going to be ripping fucking pissed. You can't review something fairly you got early. You can't review something fairly you got free. You can't. It doesn't exist. You can't be neutral if you benefited directly from something. It just doesn't happen. Okay? So every review out today is bullshit. Every single fucking one. What you've got to do if you really want to know if Veilguard is good, you got to wait for it to come out on Halloween. and then don't care because no one's playing it on Halloween. To make this clear, no one's playing Veilguard on Halloween. It's fucking Halloween. The day when everyone's doing horror stuff. You're dressing up. We're drinking. We're eating. It's a rejoicing. It's a holiday for spooks and ghouls. No one cares about fucking Veilguard on Halloween. It's the worst fucking marketing strategy they've ever had to release this game on Halloween. You have to be dunce level stupid to do that, but I think we know who are in charge of this game at this point, right? So, when it actually releases on Halloween, you got to give it a day or two for people to actually, who are normal people like us, not these fuckers who are there, who get everything ahead of time and get paid for everything. No. Those of us who are normal gamers, all right? We get the game, play it, and then we start to share our true opinions about it to the internet. That's when you start to listen and you start to judge for yourself if this is a game that you want or not. It's that simple. You won't know the truth until real normal fucking people start to play it. That's actually exactly what Fextra Life says at the end of their video here. And I recommend, this is a good video. You should watch it if you don't see it. Yeah, I mean, it already has 174,000 views and climbing. It probably will have 500K to 1 million by the end of the week. And I strongly recommend you watch it. But basically, the only way you're going to get the truth is to let normal people play this game, because the industry won't let you get the truth about games anymore. They literally only care about early sales numbers, pre-order numbers, because that's what they want. Today, they want everyone now to rush out and pre-order the game. Because now people are saying it's good, but it's only mainstream media that's saying it's good. So they want you to be fooled. Don't do that. Be smart. Listen, it means you don't play it on release day, then don't play it on release day. You don't have to. You don't have to have the new phone, the new tech item, the new game, the new album. You don't need to have it on release day. That's a foolish concept that has been built into hype. Oh, hype. I got to see that movie on release day. I got to do this on release day. You don't have to. You can wait. And then you can have an intelligent, informed decision rather than being and doing things in your life around hype. Stop with that bullshit. We would all be so much better off if we didn't buy into crazy hype about this shit. Personally, I still don't know if I'm playing it. I haven't decided yet. I tell you this, I'm not going to play this on Halloween. I already have a Halloween marathon lined up that I'm very excited for. 5 or 6 horror games, a costume, booze, and food. We're going to have a great time here all day Halloween. The last thing I could care about is fucking, playing a RPG on Halloween that has nothing to do with it, right? It's dunce level stuff that they're doing there. But will I play it? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe now, just on curiosity purposes. Because if I play this game and it sucks ass, man, am I going to rip it the biggest fucking new asshole you've ever seen me ever rip a game. Because these motherfuckers purposefully did a disingenuous thing to fool gamers. They actually had only mainstream media get this early so that they could praise it. It's completely disingenuous what they've done. So maybe you'd like to see me play it just for that fact. But then again, it could be good. And that's the other thing. Like, a lot of people hated Dragon Age Inquisition. I loved it. I thought it was a super good game. I played it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was my game of the year. Well, a lot of people said, oh, Inquisition sucked and it went the wrong way. I really liked it. All right? So I really don't know what to do. It's a tricky question for me, and here's why. I already have Call of Duty, which I still need to play the campaign, and people want me to do zombies, but you want me to keep playing multiplayer. So that's 3 things to do with Call of Duty. We got Sonic X Shadows Generations, which we got to fit into the schedule at some point this week, right? I'm playing it tomorrow, and after that, I don't even know when I'm playing it again. We've got Life is Strange Double Exposure coming out tomorrow that I have no clue when I'm playing. I want to play it, but I don't know when I'm playing it. And now we got Dragon Age Veilguard. How the fuck do I play all this? Right? I don't know. So it's very confusing what to do right now. And the other thing is, I know what'll happen. If I play Veilguard, there's going to be people who are like, dude, you loved Metaphor, right? You loved it. 12 hours of the beta, you absolutely loved it, right? But you're not playing Metaphor. Instead, you're playing Veilguard. But it seems like there's more interest in me playing Veilguard. It seems like the collective agreement on Metaphor is it's outstanding. If you like Persona, you're going to love Metaphor, right? So was there really a need for me to play it outside of just me personally enjoying it? As opposed to this game is a big fucking question mark. Is it good or not? No one knows. Because you can't trust the reviews that are out right now. So this could be interesting. I don't know. we basically have until Friday to figure it out because I already wasn't going to play it on Thursday anyway. So I think over the course of this week, we should continue this discussion, figure out exactly what to do about this, and go from there. All right? But for me, personally, I'm disgusted by the whole situation going on right now. As you know, I've been part of this discussion for 10 years. I know how disingenuous the gaming media is. And even though they claim they don't benefit, they absolutely fucking benefit from all of this. And it pisses me off that people still defend places like IGN and GameSpot and these big mainstream media. Eurogamer literally said it's the best thing BioWare's ever done. I want you to think about that. Out of all the epic games that they've made, all the cool stuff, you think it's the best game they've ever made? That's high fucking praise. So if people play this game and it's average, dude, they might as well, they should close. No, I'm not even exaggerating. If this game is average, it should close. Eurogamer should close down and never make another piece of fucking medium ever again. I don't ever want to hear a review, an article. They should just close entirely and go out of business because no one should be listening to them if they're that disingenuous about this shit. Okay. Anyway, folks. All right. So thank you for watching the Level 1 podcast and my coverage of this topic. I'm going to clip part of that out, I'm sure, as a highlight. And, you know, I guess we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And we have to determine this by Friday. Let's all talk about it over the course of this week. And let's figure this out. All right. One other thing. All right. So tomorrow is a full day of gaming for me. But I'm not sure if I should do Call of Duty and Sonic X Shadow Generations, or if I should make Sonic X Shadow the day stream and Call of Duty the late stream. I could do either, but I want to announce it by the end of today. All right. If you want my honest take, I would like to play more Call of Duty. Why? I'm really enjoying my time with this game. It's actually making me feel like the old days of Black Ops that I really enjoyed. You guys are liking how well I'm doing at the game. I'm doing tons of unlocks and fun stuff. I want to play more Call of Duty right now. All right. But I know that there's people that like Sonic. And if I keep playing Sonic only as night streams occasionally, they're going to be upset with me that I'm not giving it enough time. Right. So I really don't know what to do about that. But I'm down for either. All right. You guys, what do you guys think? Should I do Call of Duty as the day stream tomorrow and continue with multiplayer, unlocking stuff, getting all the loadouts done, doing challenges with the audience? Or should I do a night stream of that and then do Sonic as the day stream? Like, what do you guys think? Call of Duty day stream. Well, here's the other thing. Someone said Call of Duty campaign. I don't know if I want to do the campaign yet because right now I can't really commit to playing through apparently it's 8 hours, this campaign. And I can't really commit to 8 hours right now to play it. I'm thinking maybe next week when there's actually no new releases next week. Maybe that's the week that I should commit and say, hey, let's do the campaign now and we'll actually beat it during the week. Keep in mind, I'm done with WWE Champions. So now we've got 2 other streams freed up for extra gameplay. So it might make more sense. And also, well, next week is a weird week too because my day off is going to be November 7th, I think. I think I have a day off on November 7th, which is bizarre. I know. We got to figure this out. But anyway, I don't know. Trouble says, drop Sonic, I could care less. And Not a Wabbit says, I think the channel's too mature for Sonic. Wow. Well, listen, Sonic Frontiers did well a couple years ago. People really liked it. The initial 2 hours I played Sonic X Shadow Generations, I was enjoying it. It's very fast-paced stages. So I'm enjoying that portion of it. Huh. Warzone's not updated yet, Gojatak. We're going to do Warzone eventually when they do update it, but they didn't update it. This is what happens with Call of Duty is the new one releases, but they're actually not because they don't have all the features. And right now, Warzone is still the old Warzone. Apparently, they will update Warzone by the end of the year, and I absolutely would check out the new Warzone when it comes out. Alex from Phoenix says, even as a Sonic stan, I think you should still do what you have the most fun with. Well, here's the thing. No matter what, I am playing Sonic tomorrow. But it would be an issue of, let's do Call of Duty first, 3 hours, keep playing, unlocking stuff, having fun, and then we'll do a 2 to 2.5 hour late stream of Sonic X Shadow, right? Then keep in mind, Wednesday, I don't have a day stream. But Wednesday night now, we're free to play Call of Duty again because I'm not doing WWE Champions. And then Thursday's my Halloween event. And then Friday's open. We can do whatever we want. Hidalgo says, they took away Shadow's Glocks. You're all okay with that? All right, well, let's think about it over the course of the day. Let's determine by the end of the day the order I'll be playing tomorrow. All right? And go from there. And thank you guys very much for hanging out with me here today. Thanks for listening to the topics. I think the one lingering topic we have to talk about is that the DSP versus the Internet clip show is going away soon. There's only 3 episodes left, including today. So, FYI, what we need to do is talk about how we're going to do the long-form reacting moving forward. How often do I do it? How do I set it up? Is there interaction where people become a member and have say in it? And OP Boone had some really good thoughts on this, which I have, but we just don't have time to do it today because I knew that this topic was going to basically take over the podcast. So we'll see how it goes. My Wi-Fi can't please says, will Phil wear the Sonic hat every Sonic stream, or was that a special treat? Every time that we play Sonic X Shadow Generations, if we hit the goal, I'll put on the Sonic hat. Seriously. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't know how long the game is. How long is Shadow Generations? Does anyone even know how long the game is? Because I'm not sure. It's not clear in the game how long it actually is. But I would be willing to wear that whenever I hit the goal. No, Shadow doesn't have guns in Shadow Generations. Instead, they gave him demon powers. Okay, so guys, listen. We have a little bit of extra time, 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to open things up to Q&A. Please tag me in the chat if you want to talk. Let's talk for a little bit longer, or if any contributions come in, I'll shout them out. But then we're going to swing over to DSP Reacts. Okay, if you're on YouTube, you're going to get a pop-up on the screen that says, hey, click here and go watch the next stream. If you're on Kick, just stick around. I'm going to take the stream down. I'm going to try to get these pop-ups fixed now. It's so stupid that it did that to me, but I think the pop-up should now work for the rest of the day. My apologies for that. And then we're going to have a fun afternoon of reacting to clips. Okay? No, today's React Day. Now, keep in mind, there's only 3 more full React Days coming up because then the clip show is over. DSP versus the Internet will end officially on episode 90. And then we're going to have a lot more gameplay in the rotation. And then what's going to happen is eventually we're going to bring back, probably in December, we'll probably bring back a new long-form show, long-form React show to DSP Reacts. We actually figure out what we want to call it. But the difference here will be people will know the topics ahead of time. You'll know what videos are going to be watched, so you'll know, hey, that's interesting to me. I want to show up and watch it. Today, it's so random. People just don't want to show up because they don't know what it's going to be, and then they're like, I don't like the clips, and then they're annoyed. But if you already know what's coming, then you can show up to the shows you specifically want to watch the topics on. Okay. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? We have just a few extra minutes here. What would you guys like to discuss? Remember, tag me in the chat. Goja Tax says, what was the worst Call of Duty game you ever played multiplayer? So there's been a few stinkers. The one that keeps coming to mind, all right, is Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts, right? Like, I feel like Call of Duty Ghosts was by far the worst. It played horribly. The maps didn't even feel like Call of Duty. The time to kill was atrocious. The hit detection was atrocious. There was a lot of dumb-ass gadgets and kill streaks. I hated Ghosts. I thought it was one of the worst FPS games I've ever fucking played. Okay? But there was another one. I can't remember which one it was. It was the one where everyone was constantly fucking doing aerial dashes and wall run. And I can't remember which one it was. But man, that game, again, felt nothing at all like Call of Duty. It felt like they were trying to go in a different direction. That they wanted to be total motion-based gameplay instead of having to do with actually playing it like a strategic FPS. And it sucked. I fucking thought it was terrible. It was constant. You had to do this fucking aerial spam bullshit. So, whichever one that was, and Ghosts are probably my two least liked. And then, to be quite frank, I think that Modern Warfare 3 also sucked. Oh, Vanguard, I didn't even play. The beta was so bad of Vanguard, I didn't even buy it. I thought that it was such an atrociously bad game, I didn't waste money on it. So maybe that one too, right? Why do I do strict streams like just multiplayer instead of jumping around between campaign, multiplayer, and zombies? Because that way people know what to expect. Like, let's say you wanted to watch the campaign of Call of Duty, right? If I don't tell you when I'm playing it, how would you know when to show up? If you don't have the ability to show up to every Call of Duty stream I do, wouldn't you be upset if you found out that I actually started the campaign yesterday, but you didn't know that it was going to be on that stream and you missed it? I try to be more professional. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with jumping around if your audience is used to that, but my audience is more of, hey, we like set stuff on the stream so we know exactly what's going on. So, there you go. Do I need any artists for stream art? Sure. In fact, I would really appreciate artwork about Kick, that I'm now on Kick, because all my artwork now says Phil's on YouTube. But I've now been streaming on Kick for over 2 weeks, and I am planning on co-streaming moving forward. It sure would be great to get some promotional art to say that I'm on Kick so that people would know, and I could then promote it, you know, on the streams and put it up on my social media and stuff. That would be very nice. Or outside of that, anything catered towards, you know, me being a streamer and stuff like that, gaming in general. I would love that. World at War was actually quite good, Artemis. I agree with you there. Okay, Stuart says he just looked up an article. It says the Shadow Generations portion is 3 to 4 hours long. So we're 2 hours in. Maybe we'll beat it tomorrow. Or maybe 2 more quick streams and we beat it. Okay. Let's find out. I guess we'll play it tomorrow night and we'll see what happens then. Let's see. Ren says, if you did a Call of Duty zombie stream, would you be open to do co-op with viewers and win Call of Duty lobby stream? Let me put it this way. Would I eventually be open to that? Yes. But obviously what I want to do is play it first, right? And I've got some ideas. I actually have a couple different people who've been interested in playing zombies with me, but we haven't gotten around to planning anything yet. I'll let you know when that happens. Lobby, I think we could do a lobby. We have to figure out how to make it work, though. Like, how can we do a lobby that's more safe? So, basically, you can't have, you know, spam and harassment and shit. I'm not sure. We have to figure that out. I'm down for a lobby with people if we can figure that how to do that right. Anso Camaro says, in which alternate dimension does Phil get to enjoy RPGs again? I'd hop to that one so we can discuss metaphor. I know. Did I not? I mean, here's the thing. I want to say I appreciate, even those of you who are critics of mine, I appreciate that you recognize that I gave Metaphor a chance. I totally wanted to play it, and I still do. I played 12 hours of it. But man, it was like pulling teeth getting people to show up. Like right now, I have almost 300 people watching my podcast, and I have almost, 45? Keeps changing, but we have about 40 to 50 viewers over on Kick. So I have 350 people for the podcast. I couldn't even get 200 people to watch me play Metaphor. Nor support it. The support was abysmal. So, I don't even know what else to say. I really gave it the good old college try. I told you guys how much I liked it. I don't even know what else to say, right? I tried my best. I don't know why the audience doesn't like RPGs like I did. Oh, Jasper, you silly boy. You want to come up here, buddy? Want to come up here and say hello to everyone? Come on up. Say hello to everyone for the end of the show. Come up here, buddy. Here he comes. Here's the Jasper kitty. I know you guys love to see him, and he's here today. Jasper boy, showing his presence for everyone to see. The silly kitty. Been in here all morning. He's been doing various things. He was playing with an unplugged Ethernet wire over there. He was casually laying on the floor. He went behind my consoles. Oh, by the way, just to remind everyone, okay, FYI, apparently I'm getting a PS5 Pro I didn't ask for one, but a fan is going to donate it. They've already pre-ordered it and everything and set it up for delivery to my home. So when PS5 Pro releases, I'm getting one. We're going to do a live unboxing. We're going to set it up. And we're going to actually do some game testing. What I'll do is I'll download some games on it that people are interested to see how they perform. Keep in mind that I own most games digitally now. So I could just easily pull them right off of my PlayStation Store, library. And we can try out some games together. Okay? So that's coming up. What is that? Like November? I don't even know what day it comes out. I really have no clue. But whenever it comes out, I'm apparently getting it. And we'll do all that together. Okay? When does it come out? Does anyone remember? What date does the PS5 Pro come out? The 6th? I wonder if I'm getting it on the 6th. The 7th? Oh, shit, that's not good. If it's the 7th, that's not good. I'm almost positive that that my wife and I have appointments on the 7th and I have to have that day off. I won't even be home. So if they're trying to deliver this thing, they may not deliver it. Oh, no. That's not good. I didn't know it was the 7th. I wonder if I'm getting it on the 7th. Because I don't know at stores when you pre-order when you're getting it. I wonder if I'll get it early. Maybe they'll mail it early. Because a lot of stores do that too, right? If you pre-order it, they mail it out early. Jasper. All right. Well, guys, it is time to end the show. I'm sorry, Jasper. It's time to end the podcast. Sorry. Okay. It's time to end the show. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Remember, tomorrow, we'll probably talk about how React Day went today and any other game news. Perhaps tomorrow will be the discussion about the long-form React show and how to do it, because I want to review some of the opinions that I have received and stuff like that, and go from there. Okay? Guys, thank you for a great Level 1 podcast. I really hope you enjoyed the show today. I did. I always love hanging out with all of you and sharing my thoughts and opinions on stuff. And thank you so very much. Tomorrow we do it all again. But I hope you'll stick around for React Day. Really, I do. Reacting to some of the more chill stuff I do. It's not gameplay, and I have a great time doing it. So thank you all so much for chilling, and I will see you on Tuesday.